Okay, so let's talk about Zillow's 7% problem in Chicago. Officially, Zillow has a 7.12% error rate for off market homes in the city. Now, let's be crystal clear about what that actually means. For a typical Chicago home, that isn't just a tiny rounding error, it's a $30,000 to $50,000 mistake that could be costing you a fortune. That estimate that you're obsessively checking, it's not a helpful guide. It's a dangerous guess. It's a number that feels real, but it's based on an algorithm that has never stepped foot into your home, never seen your brand new kitchen, and has no idea that the house down the street sold for a lowball price because it was a total wreck. And in this video, I'm going to show you the proof. We're going to pull back the curtain on Zillow's own numbers, expose exactly why their algorithm fails so badly in a city like Chicago, and then I'll give you the professional playbook on how to find out what your home is really worth. Because your financial future is far too important to be left to a guess. Everybody uses Zillow. It's the starting point for everything. But for most Chicago homeowners, it's also the place where good financial decisions go to die. The biggest issue is hidden in plain sight, right on Zillow's own website. In their accuracy data, they give you two different sets of numbers, one for on-market homes and one for off-market homes. Okay, let's start with the on-market estimate. These are homes actively listed for sale in Chicago. Zillow claims a median error rate of just under 2%. They also say that over 83% of these homes have a zestimate that's within 5% of the final sale price. On the surface, that sounds pretty good, right? Reliable even. But here's the trap. The algorithm gets a massive cheat sheet. When a home is listed, the algorithm sees the list price, a price set by a professional real estate agent who actually knows the local market. It's basically just copying the agent's homework. And sometimes those prices are set by the seller, not the agent. Now, let's look at the number that really matters to you as a homeowner, the off-market estimate. This is the number you see when you're just curiously checking your home's value. This is the number you anchor to when you start thinking about selling. And for off-market homes in Chicago, Zillow admits to a median error rate of over 7%. Now think about that. Their accuracy gets nearly 4 times worse the second a home isn't actively for sale. Even more shocking, for these off-market homes, only 38% of zestimates are within 5% of the home's true value. Let me put that another way. For almost 2/3 of all off-market homes in Chicago, the zestimate is wrong by more than 5%. On a $500,000 condo, that's a 7.2% error, $35,000. On a $700,000 single family home, a nearly $50,000 mistake. This isn't a ballpark estimate anymore. It's a widely misleading number that sets homeowners up for failure, causing them to either price their home incorrectly and leave a fortune on the table, or kill a deal before it even starts. Okay, so why is this estimate so off in a city as vibrant and data rich as Chicago? It comes down to a simple fact. An algorithm can't understand a city built on nuance, history, and hyper local character. A human can, a computer can't. First, Chicago is the polar opposite of a cookie cutter suburb, which is where zestimates perform best. Think about our housing stock. You can have a vintage graystone on one block, a classic brick two flat next to it, and a brand new modern single family home right around the corner. An algorithm sees square footage and bedrooms and bath count. It can't comprehend the value difference between a gut rehabbed Logan Square bungalow with restored historic details and a tired dated home right next door. It doesn't get that a view of the lake from a Streeterville high rise carries a massive premium that a unit on the other side of the building just doesn't have. Second, the algorithm is blind. It can't see inside your home. Did you just spend $100,000 on a designer kitchen and spa-like primary bathroom for your Lincoln Park condo? Zillow has no idea. Their model is built on public records, tax assessments, and sales data that can be years or even decades out of date. While you can go online and update your home facts, the burden is on you to manually correct their flawed system. More often than not, that beautiful renovation you poured your savings into is completely invisible to this estimate, leaving its valuation tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars short. This is precisely why professional appraisers so often find that zestimates are way off the mark. They miss the unique features and upgrades that determine real world value. Third, the zestimate fails to grasp Chicago's hyper-local market momentum. The Chicago real estate market isn't one single entity. It's a collection of hundreds of micro markets. In 2026, we're seeing a two-tier market emerge. Condos in prime neighborhoods like the near North Side might see prices jump with inventory shrinking and creating intense competition. Meanwhile, some other areas may be cooling off, giving buyers a little more leverage. A national algorithm can't keep up with this block by block reality. It just smooths everything into an average, missing the pockets of high demand where you could get well over your asking price. And if you need the ultimate proof that algorithms can't be trusted to price homes, look no further than Zillow itself. Their disastrous Zillow Offers program, where they tried to buy and flip houses using their own zestimate data, lost the company hundreds of millions of dollars. They had more data than anyone on the planet and still failed spectacularly. If Zillow's own algorithm couldn't make them money, why on earth would you trust it with your single largest asset? Have you ever been shocked by your estimate? Maybe it seemed way too high, giving you a false sense of wealth, or worse, it was insultingly low. The problem is you don't know if that number is a fantasy or if you're about to leave a life-changing amount of money on the table. And that uncertainty is one of the most stressful parts of owning a home. So before I show you the right way to find your home's true value, I want to offer you a direct solution. If you're a Chicago homeowner and you want a professional, no obligation valuation based on real-time market data, not a flawed algorithm, I've put a link in the description below. You can get a free, comprehensive home valuation that reflects what's actually happening on your street, not what a computer in Seattle thinks. It's the first step to taking back control. As a real estate professional working in the Chicago market every single day, I see the financial damage a bad zestimate can do. But the good news is getting an accurate number is actually pretty straightforward. Here is the 3-step playbook to find your home's true value. Step 1 is the free fix. Go on Zillow and update your home's facts. Correct the square footage, the bed and bath count, and be sure to add any major renovations you've completed, like a new roof or a finished basement, because this can sometimes nudge the algorithm in the right direction and is a good first step, but it won't solve the core problem. You're still playing in their sandbox. So step 2 is the professional's gut check, the comparative market analysis, or CMA. This is not an automated report. A CMA is a detailed analysis prepared by a local real estate agent who understands your neighborhood. We don't just look at sales in your zip code. We look for the truly comparable homes, the ones on your block or in your building with a similar layout, similar finishes, and similar condition that have sold in the last 90 days. Then we make adjustments for the differences. Your upgraded unit versus their original one. Your better view, your extra garage spot. This analysis of recent relevant sales is what determines a powerful strategic list price in the real world. Step 3 is the gold standard, your ultimate weapon against a bad zestimate, a professional appraisal. An appraiser is a state-licensed third-party professional whose only job is to provide an unbiased opinion of value. They will physically visit your home. They will measure the rooms, document the property's condition, photograph the upgrades, and analyze the quality of the construction. Their final report is a detailed, legally defensible document that banks rely on to write mortgages. While an appraisal in Chicago typically costs anywhere between $400 and $700. Think of it as an investment. That small fee can protect you from a $50,000 pricing mistake driven by a free, inaccurate online guess. Zillow themselves state the zestimate is not an appraisal. You should probably listen to them. And even with an appraisal, you can have an appraiser come out, give you that stamped paperwork, tell you your home's worth $1 million. Well, until you can find a buyer in the market willing to pay you $1 million, that appraisal doesn't mean all that much. So that number on Zillow, it's so tempting to believe it. But for Chicago homeowners, the zestimate is a dangerous guess. A 7% market error rate isn't just a statistic. It's potentially $30, $40, or even $50,000 mistake waiting to happen on a typical Chicago home. An algorithm can't see the charm of a vintage building. It can't feel the quality of your renovation, and it can't understand the unique pulse of your specific neighborhood. In the resilient 2026 Chicago market, where modest price growth is the trend, accurate pricing isn't just important, it's everything. It's the difference between a smooth, profitable sale and months of frustration. Don't let a flawed algorithm dictate the value of your family's biggest investment. It's time to take control and get a number you can actually trust. If you're ready to get a real number, not just a zestimate, click that link in the description for your free professional Chicago home valuation. It's confidential, there's no obligation, and if you found this video valuable, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button for more truths about the Chicago real estate market. Now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments, what's the craziest estimate you've ever seen for your home?